Welcome, Rob Diggy.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to meet me today.
Yes.
I'm so happy to finally meet you. I heard great things about you from your family members.
Thank you.
And I have to shout you out, Carl Norrington. Thank you for the connection. Um, this is truly a blessing for the Shy Panther and Friends show. So
Mhm.
we're here on this Saturday morning, everybody, and we're going to learn about Rob Dickey, Mr.
Mhm.
Rob Dickey,
Thank you.
and his name is Robert Dickey Morrison. And we're going to be talking about the people who work behind the scenes to make our film and video actually Grammy worthy. You have won a Grammy for your work.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was actually for the remix for the Beyonce.
Yeah, Crazy in Love. Mhm.
What is it called again?
Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love.
The remix.
Okay. So, what actually does a composer and arranger do?
Well, my job is to be able to arrange music like a puzzle,
Okay.
putting the pieces together in puzzle form. So you want the first verse. If the first verse is in the chorus, you need to move it. So that's my job as an arranger. As a composer, I'm able to write the music from scratch and see what feels good to me when I write. So that's how I pretty much do it.
Okay.
Um, and it's various ways to be able to be a composer. So you may write a children's song. A children's song is not going to have the same type of vibe as a cinematic song, So there are different phases and ways that you can write around that. So it all encompasses being able to get the vibe down.
Okay. So, how did it all begin for you?
Early as a kid, hanging around my grandmother's house, watching my uncle's band call,
Uh-huh.
watching his band play on like say Thursday nights, um, being able to hear the band on a night when we're just sitting around. But my grandmother would be the facilitator. She would say, if it was a wrong note, that's the wrong note. That was the wrong note played. So we were able to hone in on that early
Okay.
as kids. And
Wow.
so we started taking the instruments and playing them.
Wow.
So after that happened, my mom bought us equipment, guitars, amps, drums, and that was the beginning of my musical career. Not knowing that's what it was going to be though.
What instrument did you choose?
Guitar.
You chose the guitar.
I chose a guitar. I didn't have one at the time,
Okay.
but when I was 14, my uncle gave me one. He gave me a guitar,
Okay.
and that was the best thing he could have done for me. I appreciate that so much that I was able to take this guitar and travel the world with it, and I still have it.
Wow, and you still have it. Wow, you had musical influences all around you.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yes, and my grandmother played piano.
And your grandmother. So, if you weren't playing music, what would you be doing? Probably. It wasn't even a notion, right?
I don't even know. I don't even
It was
know.
never a notion that you would not be in music.
Right.
Okay.
Because it chose me. Actually, I didn't
Okay.
choose music. Music chose me, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was just a kid.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna do in terms of
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
when you're growing up. You don't know. So
Exactly.
I just kind of fell into it.
Okay.
You know,
So you played in high school and you started playing guitar in the jazz band
in the jazz band,
under.
I played trombone and guitar under Delano O'Banion,
Okay.
Marshall High School.
Okay. Okay. So you said that he was very influential in
Oh,
pushing you.
and rearing me, yeah, because
Okay.
he was like my musical father, and he would curse us out literally. He would literally curse us out to get us to play the songs. Did that work for me?
Yeah.
It worked for all of us.
So I see you went on to university, and what happened there?
I got a 4-year scholarship
Okay.
to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff,
Okay.
and once again it was up from there. I just continued to play, learn my horn, learn my guitar, and I would cut class a lot to learn piano in the practice rooms. And so every chance I got to play piano, I did. So that was my third instrument that I learned,
Okay.
and that followed me throughout my life.
Now you said that was a game changer. The, the piano.
Piano, oh yeah, oh
Okay.
yeah. I like the sound of it. I like the sound of it, and I was able to understand because it was guitar. Piano and guitar are the same, pretty much the same chord structures. Fingering is different, of course. Playing one this way, you're playing one this way. So, but when you voice it, it's voiced the same. So it was an easy transition for me.
Okay. Well, accomplished so very much, and you compose music for major films, TV, including BET's The Family Business, and a lot of other high-profile projects, and you still are. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, just being able to stay busy, stay current.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me busy and keeps me working.
Okay.
If you're not current in this business, it won't happen.
Okay.
You're gonna fall by the wayside because your sound will suffer. So what I've learned how to do was incorporate new sounds, the new sound. So if it's tomorrow, if it's a new sound coming out, I want it.
Yeah.
To be able to compose for TV shows and things like that. So I'm never short of a sound, of a new sound. And if I don't use it in a year, it's new. I still have it.
Wow.
So all my emails and my feeds are full with different ads and things from different companies and corporations that make sounds.
Yeah.
And when they make it, I want them. I don't care what it is. If I like it, I want it. So that keeps me current to be able to make sure my clients are happy when I work for them.
Okay. So, what's some of the best advice that you've received along the way?
I received along the way was I got it from George Daniels. George Daniels, who was an icon in Chicago, for George's Music Room, and he told me. I remember trying to get into the music business, and I thought I was going to be this big music producer, And I bought him this cassette tape or something. And he wasn't in that position to. He could have probably sent the tape to somebody, But his suggestion to me was the 3 P's: prayer, persistence, and patience. So, excuse me. With that said, I remember, and I keep that now in my bio, in my own dome when I'm reading my affirmations.
Okay.
I put that in there, So the 3 P's helped me a lot, and that's what has helped me along the way.
Prayer, persistence,
and patience.
Yeah.
It works for me.
Would you like to people who are considering doing the same thing that you're doing? What would be some of the advice for them?
Well, I would say once again, be persistent.
Okay, the same thing. Okay.
Drop in people's DMs, inbox them. They're gonna say no, and if they don't, then you gotta hit. You're gonna get a lot of no's before you get a lot of yeses. Lots of no's.
Wow.
I've gotten so many no's that I love it. That fires me up. A no fires me up.
Yeah, I was going to say, with all the no's, how did you stay strong and come back?
Laugh at it.
Because you knew your talent.
But I know that one of those no's are going to be a yes. So
yeah.
In this day right here now, these times, it's about social media.
Okay.
Back in the day, you couldn't reach a label, call in and go through 10 different people. So now you're right there with the record labels, and there aren't a lot of record labels out anymore. Everything is social media.
That's true.
You're a star overnight.
Now, when we came in, you were schooling me about AI. So how does that fit into music in a positive way?
Well, it has fit in with me because I can write my letters quicker.
Okay.
I can write endorsement letters. I write a lot of endorsement letters to companies to get equipment and things like that. So that has worked for me.
Okay.
I've also used AI from a music standpoint.
Right.
Well, I've used I've created music from AI to put on social media for sale.
Okay. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, well, I'm going to let you enjoy your brunch at this point. Look at this spread, everybody. I'm thinking he must be splurging. Like, this couldn't be his regular breakfast.
Right, right, right.
Okay, well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for your time. And I am so inspired by all of it.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
think that is super important that we continue to celebrate the cultural heritage of our greatness in music. And
Yes.
having you here today to talk about your career and encouraging others to follow is
Hmm.
just exactly what the
Thank
Shy
you.
Panther Film Show is about.
Appreciate you.
Okay, well,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
All right. Bye.
Okay, now when we were talking about, we brought up a little bit about your background and your uncles and everybody in music. If you can elaborate a little bit about what they were doing in music at the time.
Well, my uncles had a band, and I think it could have been like 10, 11, 10, 9, 10. Yes, and we would listen to my uncle's band play on the like Friday nights or Thursday nights or Saturday nights if they didn't have a show. And we would sit in my grandmother's living room and listen to them play. And it just happened that way when my grandmother, if it was a wrong note, my grandmother would chastise the band and say, "Mama, we got a show. You can't keep stopping us." But nowadays, I see myself being the same type of way as a musician. But
Hmm.
growing up, it was an honor and a blessing to be able to have that type of tutelage. And they taught um, me, not knowing they were teaching me. And so my brothers and I and my cousins, when they would leave, on the weekends like that, at night, the next morning, all the instruments would be in the front room. We would grab the instruments. I grabbed the guitar. My other cousin grabbed the bass. Other cousin grabbed the drums. And my brother played the percussion. My other brother sang.
Hmm.
And from there, we got caught with the instruments. And my uncle was mad. He was mad. And he says, "Mama, don't let them kids in there on this equipment. They're going to tear it up. Leave them kids alone." Thanks to grandma.
Right.
And it turns out that they saw something in us, and the other his band members saw something in us as well.
Mm.
And they said, well, had us in there one night, and my cousin was let the guy, guy let him get on his drums, and it was a small guy, so he put him on his lap and he play it and everything.
Uh-huh.
And that's how we learned. And that was pretty cool that time. And from there, my mom decided they would buy us instruments. Um, They didn't buy a guitar. I think I was using my uncle's guitar at the time.
Okay.
And they bought drums. They bought amps.
The
Bought a
whole
bass. I remember buying a
outfit.
bass guitar. They bought a bass guitar, and they put us to work.
Wow.
And we didn't know. We had it. It was in us. It
Hmm.
was literally in us. And we wound up performing for Harold Washington.
Did you?
Yes, yes, Harold Washington. We played. We opened up for something in Garfield Park.
Hmm.
Was a back to school party, a parade, or whatever it was. So we got a chance to play at a lot of places as kids, and I thought that was honorable. We even did a
Yeah.
concert in our front yard,
Did you?
and all the guys in the neighborhood would flock to our front yard to hear this concert.
So how did that? You remember what that felt like
I
to?
felt like a star.
I know you did.
My
You
mom
had
still
to.
has the actual program that I wrote out. It's called
Mm.
Sweet Robs.
You wrote a
I
program.
wrote a program out and the songs that we were going to do, and
Uh-huh.
we performed these songs in our front yard, and everybody flocked to because our house was like the hub for sports, because
Okay.
we had four corners in the yard, so we were like four corners with the ball. In the
Yeah.
back, we had a basketball court, whole court, and then the music. So everybody on the block flocked to
To
us.
your house.
They
Okay.
flocked to us, and yes, I felt like a star at a young age, but I didn't know it. I didn't know what was going on. So that developed, and it took me to eighth grade when I felt something was going to happen, not going to happen for us, because my cousins then moved to the South Side,
Okay.
and which I spent a lot of time on the South Side too,
Hmm.
early on. But I knew something was a shift, that they were doing their thing and I was going to do my thing. So I said, hey, well, we're going to keep the band together. We're getting older now, 14,
Right.
15 years old.
Right.
And it didn't work out like that.
Okay.
It didn't work out, but I pursued
But
it.
you continued.
I continued and I continued. But I'll tell you this, when I got to 8th grade, the band director said I couldn't play in his band. I would never play in his band.
Why?
Never.
What was that about?
I auditioned and I guess I sucked. I guess I sucked really bad. And he was like, nope, not in my band. You'll never play in my band. And I was like, no way. So that, I don't know, I guess it affected me in some kind of way, some
Yeah,
small
of
way.
course.
So
Yeah.
after that, I wound up going to high school. Didn't want to stay at Marshall High School. I hated Marshall High School.
Okay.
Hated it. Hated it, hated it, hated it. And so I wound up the counselor, Gail Williams, I'll never forget her name.
Hmm.
She says to me, just stay a semester. You're going to like it. You're going to like it here.
Hmm.
Like, no, I don't want to stay, because at that time, I saw Cooley High. Get out of here, squirrel. I saw Cooley High.
God,
Oh, you friendly
be
too,
on
isn't it?
camera?
They want my food. No, not today. They wanted my band, the lady. I just saw Cooley High.
Hmm.
And after seeing Cooley High and then going to Marshall High School, I was traumatized.
Oh, I'm sure.
I did not
Yeah.
want to go to Marshall High School.
Okay.
Did not.
Mhm.
And turns out, she says, convinced me to stay a semester
Hmm.
and join the beginners band, which I hadn't had any band experience at all.
Okay.
And I picked the trombone. So a lot of guys on my block played trombone. They say, hey man, if you join the band and play trombone, you can be with us. We'll teach you, we'll show you the ropes. And I did. And as a freshman, I hung in there. But by December, I was in the advanced band with the big kids as a freshman.
Wow.
That was because of my ear. I trusted my ear.
Okay.
And from there, sophomore year, of course, then I'm in the advanced band, officially.
Hmm.
And band director, I guess he saw something in me, but he wasn't quite sure what it was. I wasn't sure what it was. And I got kind of rebellious about my junior year because I didn't want to be in the band anymore. And I wanted to join the football team. And he says to me, hey, he found me in the practice room with the football players. He says, hey, you can't wear both hats. Get back upstairs. Delano Banyan. And I said, okay, the next day I was back in the band. And I look back at all that now, and it made sense for me to get back in the band. And from there, I got a 4-year scholarship to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Wow.
And winded up joining the marching band as for trombone and the guitar jazz band. And that was the start of meeting all these wonderful musicians in college, and
Yeah.
it was great. I had a great time with those guys, and it was competitive. So we all learned from each other. If there was a saxophone player over here, if there was a horn player, whatever, everybody fed off each other's energy, and we're able to be better musicians because of it. My best friend right now, Larry Braggs, and my fraternity brother, was the lead singer for the Tower Power Band for years, 13 years. Not only that, he sang with the Temptations for a number of years as well. So these are guys that I was surrounded by that influenced me to be better.
Yeah.
So then from there, I wound up getting the induction into the Hall of Fame at my school at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. So all those experiences, I think, led up to me becoming a musician.
Okay. Wow.
Mm.
Who knew?
Who knew? Who knew?
But I do believe that all the positive influences around music when you were a kid, I think that was the key. Those are some of those key elements.
Oh yeah, of course. It's just your path is what gets you. God put you in the path.
That's right.
And I stayed on the path. I didn't waver. I don't think I did. They
Mhm.
sell drugs. I want to gang bang.
I know what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
I didn't waver. So
Yeah.
I didn't choose music. It chose me because I
Mhm.
didn't necessarily, when I got to high school,
Mhm.
I didn't want to stay. Like I said, I didn't want to stay. I wanted to go to Westinghouse High School. I wanted to be in, what is it, mechanical, auto mechanics and things like that.
Oh, a
I wanted,
whole different.
yeah, I wanted to do that. And it
Yeah.
didn't work out like that. So I
Yeah.
think now I can just change oil. That's about it. But
Yeah.
I'm thankful
Yeah.
for Marshall High School for allowing me
Mhm.
to be there and continue to
Right.
do what I was born to do.
That's right.
Hmm.
All that nurturing that you didn't know was happening.
I did not know. I didn't know. I'm just a kid. I'm just growing up.
Right.
I'm just doing what I'm doing, and it was a great path. It's still a great path. I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Is
you.
there anything more that you want to add? Or?
You can follow me on Instagram under Rob Diggy. Follow me on Facebook under Rob Diggy.
Hmm.
And Google me under Rob Diggy.
That's right. And what you working on any projects right now or?
I am. I'm working on a short film. I'm working on some music for an artist here in Chicago. So I'm pretty busy. And then I have my substitute teaching gig that I love, working with
Mm.
the kids and
Ah.
giving back sometimes. So that keeps me busy.
Okay.
Those things keep me busy. Hmm.
That's pretty awesome. So you are like well-rounded.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes, ma'am.
right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I
Okay.
am. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.